Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you along with me on a productive day in my life. These are things that I've been procrastinating doing for quite a while now. I think everyone has those items on their to-do list that just never seem to get crossed off, always get transferred over to the next day's to-do list or the next week's to-do list, and just are kind of like on the backlog, on the back burner. So I figured I would take an entire afternoon and focus 100% on just getting these things done. The first thing on my to-do list was to change the batteries in our front door keypad lock. I quickly realized that I didn't know how to change the batteries, so I ended up having to look up a tutorial on YouTube. It actually ended up being way easier than I thought, and I'd actually wasted some time by unscrewing a few more screws than I even needed to. The next task on my list was to sharpen all the knives in our knife block. I decided to look up a tutorial on this as well to make sure I was using the proper technique, and I discovered that the tool I had wasn't even for sharpening knives, it was for honing them. Honing is also good for maintaining knife quality, so I went ahead and did that for all the non-serrated knives. The third task on my list was to reprogram the Keurig. Originally, I had set it to automatically turn on at 7 a.m. and 6 p.m., which was when Kevin and I used to use it, and now I definitely don't get up that early anymore, and he doesn't really use the Keurig, so we no longer needed this automatic turn-on function. I reprogrammed that setting and also corrected the time display while I was at it. This was incredibly easy to do, and had I realized how easy, I would have done it months ago. My fourth task was to hang up this picture. I used to have it propped up on a shelf, but a few weeks ago I decided it would look better hanging on the wall. Definitely another thing that was super quick to do, and I really wish I hadn't procrastinated on. In my defense, I thought I was going to need a hammer, but I was able to just stick a push pin in the wall. Definitely not the most professional job, but I did use the Level app on my phone to at least make sure I hung it straight. After a lunch break, I started on my next task, which was dehairing the vacuum cleaner. If you've never had to do this, essentially I'm just removing all of the hair that's gotten wrapped around the bristles of the vacuum. It kind of stops the bristles from working as effectively after a while. Usually I use scissors, but this day I tried using a box cutter and that actually worked pretty well. It's kinda gross, but it is so satisfying to see how clean it is after. My sixth task of the day was to repair a pool tile that fell off a few weeks ago. I didn't know what kind of glue I needed to stick it back on, so of course I had to Google it. After a bit of reading, I decided that since this particular tile was from above the water line, I could get away with just using Gorilla Glue, which we already had on hand. I was definitely happy to be able to 100% finish this project today, instead of having to order specialty glue and wait for that to arrive. The last task I did was to refill the shampoo in our little shower dispenser. As I was doing it, I noticed the body wash was also running low, so I decided to refill that too. I actually had one more task on my list, which was to reorganize my cleaning supplies cupboard, but I decided to save that for another day. I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you like it if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!